Internal grind. Bloodbought.
Listen, this is my
The story of Ted Bowen.
story, how I came to Christ. I dedicate this to my family so I can shed some light. To my mom, I love you. Rest in peace.
I'm on my grind, yeah, turning the focus, what gives me hope. My father hide me, never forsake me, though I'm alone, come and try me. Heart has been crying for Holy Ghost, I'm in your likeness, running the wilderness and I can never grow, never rest for nothing.
I like where the beat is going, but it's missing bars, there's no bass. They should have added bass to the beat. That is the thing that is missing, it would have been really banging, if they had done that.
But my mother tried to let me know, father was a preacher, but he left us off of alcohol, and the fight.
Father was a preacher, but he left us off for alcohol. This typical dissing, Christians and pastors, one thing you have to understand is that when you make gospel music, is that you are marketing the gospel, or you are supposed to be marketing the gospel. If you are in a person of, I'm trying to keep it real and all of that, you are missing so much. You have missed the point. We are here to preach the gospel, not to tell our personal stories or to keep it real. If you are telling your personal story, let it be told in a way that it leads people to Christ. So the point of the personal story is leading people to Christ. But when you tell your personal story in a way that, the story ends up discouraging people about Christ, or it shows so much, negativity, there's a problem, even if it has negativity, there should be a light at the end of the tunnel, or a solution and an understanding to communicate, because you are trying to sell it to people. You are trying to sell Christianity. This is why I should be a Christian. The world is selling their own stuff, but it's mostly forcing now with their LGBT and with wokeness, which is basically the cluster of secular ideologies, that just results in people being less human and giving all their rights and all their IQ to the government to do the thinking for them and for the government to run their life, and that is basically what wokeness is. It is the most evil thing that man has seen in a long while. It has been packaged as something good and noble, but the most effective evil things are packaged that way. Okay, I like that. I don't blame you for a thing. The man is only flesh and bone. I like that line. I like that. That is good. That takes away the push or from the listener of blaming it on preachers or pastors or the church, or this is the kind of thing that you do and all that.
Nowhere else for her to go. Found herself a Mexican, where standing Mexico. Let me with the left hand, still it just to feel my throat. Looking to my brother, like my dad, and there it goes. I'm on the Hey, I'm back to the States. About to get some lady pregnant, they no marry your way. But little they don't know, about to get divorced to my face. What makes it pitiful is I would do it over again. Yeah. I lost my nephew and my me who wasn't stillborn. Brother still in prison, I'm gonna end it while he's still gone. I grabbed the pills, never label me a cow.
When it comes to the flow, the rap, he has to develop his own style. He has to learn about tempos and cadence and play with that to really now to deliver. But it is the content for me. It is the content that really sells the song. It's the content that will get you. But the thing is that a lot of people, a lot of listeners are not going to listen to this in depth, or they are surface listeners. And that is why we have a lot of the kind of music we have today. People don't really pay attention. They just want something that they can bomb their heads to, and it feels good. They don't go deep into that. But they are influenced by it. And subconsciously the message still gets through. But that being said, it's important for musicians to make sure that it's a full body of work. So not only is the content straight and great and helpful and all of that, also on the side of how is it to somebody that is just surface listening, how is it going to sound? If somebody driving back driving, past where the music is playing, going to listen to it like, what is that, and I like the tune, I like the vibe, but then later when they are soaking it up, the message gets through. So you have to do everything, including the video and all of that, so it has to be a total package.
I was calling out the God like the only God in our. And glory to God, I know it listen. He pinned me to my knees and he brought me to submission. He put in the ground and I'm on a mission. He brought me through the fire, held the darkness in me glisten. Can't turn no grind down my soul. I threw my life down a hole. Try to get me where your eyes don't see me. Been to my knees and they still won't believe me.
The singing. She needs to practice more with her voice. She needs to practice more with her voice. A lot more, It is not bad, but it's a song, it should be better. And she doesn't look that enthusiastic. She did not put her all into the singing, she's not deliver. I know that there's a video, and in the studio it will be different, and of course it's the studio work that you actually hear, but there's something to be said about that delivery in the studio that you can hear. They are setting some of the best artists that we know, like when you look at someone like when it comes to the talent and the work that they put out, the quality. When you look at someone like Michael Jackson or Tupac, these are two people that the energy was in the studio, and everybody that has recorded with them has said about it that, like, Michael will dance in the studio in front of the mic. He's doing an audio recording, but he's dancing and he's singing. Tupac, you could see some of the clips of the video, the energy and the passion, the shouts, the way he's into it, like he's communicating deeply to you, and that is something that is difficult to explain, but people get. So somebody who is singing something that they believe in, and this is something that differentiates soul singers from regular singers. Especially when you look at the early days of jazz music, when a lot of white people sang, they sang, it was technical. But when a lot of African Americans sang, they sang from the soul. You can feel their soul and their hearts in what they are singing. So that's part of the soul in the music is very important. The way it is sung, the way, it is like the person, it's like listening to a preacher that is preaching, what they believe in. But this is singing, is singing about whatever they are going through. Even if it may not be true, it may not be something that they are going through, but they are singing it as though, it's a performance. They are acting, they are singing it with that, and it communicates different. The song ends up sounding different. So that is something that is very important. Now, when it comes to the fact that I know this is a video, in the video also she should communicate, even though what we are hearing is the audio from the studio recording, she should also try to record it, the video, should also represent that. But if the particular mood or the song or what she's saying does not require that kind of energy, there's a kind of silent energy, like a blunt performance, like you could see with some singers that could just stand still, and look bland, like someone like a Billie Eilish or there are many more better singers that can do that, where it's, even though they look like a Sleepy Hollow kind of feel, or that's kind of I would say dry, they are just standing there, but they sing in a way that's it communicates the mood and the feeling, perhaps like it's a sad song, and they are just there. There's no it looks like there's no life, they are, I would say they are not bubbly bits or energetically or passionately trying to communicate something, but you can still see you can still feel there's an energy in the delivery, of that kind of performance. So that is something that can and should be mastered, of course, everybody in this song, they are doing a good job, and they should improve, and they should keep at it, and they shouldn't stop.
When I was baptized, mama told me to be the light, so I could shine bright for my brothers and my sisters.
You see what I said? They will see blandness, and there's lacking in delivery with that is accompanying what her singing is.
Saved me. Romans 10:9 says, if you confess with your mouth Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved.
I also like how it ended with, how to get saved, how to get salvation, Romans 10:10, Romans 10:9-10. That's powerful. The song is apparently very personal to him. He just basically is a brief autobiography, that just came through a summary of, his life, certain highlights in his life, Well, very, very deep song, I'll rate it overall, perhaps a 5, a 5/10, and the reason why is that the song is good, but obviously for me to give a song a 10/10, that means that it's all around good, and the video is also did well, but most importantly it's a song that would have been a hit, if it's but right now the system is in place to censor certain things and shadow ban certain things. Of course, you can see what is happening with Kanye. If Kanye, being a billionaire, can be censored and can be demonetized the way that he is, then what makes you think that those people don't shut down messages they don't like? Because it is the same group of people that own the media, which is sad. Because Christians, we have money too. Why don't we put together money and do what Jews have done for themselves, or what the LGBT community have done for themselves? All these people, they have key people in every major, basically leading and spearheading major industries. The entertainment industry, the education sector, the political sector, all this. We need to do that to protect Christianity as a whole and to give ourselves a platform. The same way they censored Kanye, it's the same way they will censor positive messages, Christian messages, the gospel message, and that is a fact. You could see, like, I just discovered that in one of Tupac's songs, I think Toss It Up or Hit Them, no, Toss It, one of those kinds of songs, that he said something like, let me, at the end of the song, something like, let me bang this black bees, and B standing for the B word. And, the original version say, when I'm through with this, something like, when I'm through with this, I will bang these black bees and Jewish hoes. But they told him that he has to remove the Jewish hoes from there. So these people, and he removed it, because this is just news, that's come that, this actually happened, They have a problem with somebody saying Jewish hoes, but they do not have a problem with black bees. They're like, keep that in there, you can keep that, you can do that. And when you look at hip hop, a lot of the people that are running hip hop are often Jews when it comes to the people who lead these companies. That is a fact, and that is why, because I've always been wondering, why is there so much hatred for white people? That is because it is not white people that are running America anymore. When you look at the straight white males, they are not running America anymore. They are not leading America anymore. The Christians, they are not the ones with power. The Christian white male, they are not the ones that are at the spearheads. It's often Jews or gay white folks. So, and you can see, of course, gay white folks do not like traditional white folks or Christians, and they don't like that. So you can see that hatred there, and why there's always that kind of message. That is why it's like saying white lives matter is a problem, but you can say every other thing. People say that white lives matter was said to nullify Black Lives Matter, but that is not true, because first of all, it was all lives matter, but the problem with all lives matter is that it has white lives inside, and the problem with, of course, white lives matter, it has white lives, but Black Lives Matter was said to vilify white people. That is why you can say Asian lives matter and it does not offend Black Lives Matter. You can say Hispanic lives matter and it does not offend the Black Lives Matter crowd. Anything you say, gay lives matter, LGBT lives matter, trans lives matter, which is actually a thing. You can say all of that, it won't offend them. But when you say white lives matter, that becomes a problem. Why is that? White people, not people anymore. But you can see these realities. Now, these are truths, so we should not share it from the truth, and we should say the truth as it is. The current situation has made it clear how the certain people run the world and control the media, just a handful of people. And it is what they see, what they want us to believe, that they push. That is why gospel music is not pushed. Even when the gospel music is better than the secular music, they will push, and I'm talking quality-wise, they will push the secular one. So we need to have our own platforms. We need to have our own MTV. We need to have our own VH1. We need to have our own, Disney. We need to have, and I'm talking Christians. Otherwise we are not serious. We cannot keep waiting or expecting the devil to push forth the Christian agenda on his platform. He's not going to do that. that is foolishness. Gone on rampage. The devil is not going to push his agenda. The devil is not going to push, the Christian agenda on his platform. As a matter of fact, he's thinking of pushing his agenda on the few platforms that we have, which is not a lot. The majority of all the key things, social media, Facebook, Netflix, basically everything is run by the devil. Politics and all that. And it's because we have allowed the devil and his kids to get all this. But we don't go after this. We just want to be holy and poor. We don't see the importance of power in bringing about a world where righteousness dominates, and where we are even allowed to still be Christians. So that being said, make sure you check out Alfred.vip and subscribe to plus.alfred.vip. Right now it just costs $5 per month, and also invest in what we are doing. Check out invest.alfred.vip, to check out our business interests and the things we are doing in that direction. Thank you and God bless you. Say this prayer audibly if you've not given your heart to Jesus Christ. Dear God, I believe in my heart that Jesus Christ, the Son of God, came, died, and was raised from the dead to save me. I confess him, Lord, over my life, and ask you to give me your Holy Spirit to live within me. I receive your Spirit by faith, and thank you for I am now born again. In Jesus' name, amen. If you just prayed that prayer, congratulations, you're now a Christian. Go to alfred.vip and click the salvation prayer link in the main menu to get resources that will help you with your work with God. God bless you.